Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Part of My Sanity. Your co-host Seven here with my lovely co-host. We got the whole tribe here today, y'all.
Yes,
Shells,
yes,
Megan G.
yes,
How we doing?
yes. We are
How's y'all mental
good.
health today?
It's good today.
It's good today.
It's good
How was it
today.
yesterday?
Yesterday, it was good yesterday. I was just tired.
Amen.
I was just tired.
Megan G. How about yours?
I
You
mean,
just look like you always out. So we gotta ask you daily.
Sis be
today
wild.
was today is good.
Yeah.
Yesterday, ain't gonna lie, it was a little low. I was
It
low
was?
on energy.
Was it the weather or is just like a lot of going on? At
It was
work?
a lot going on, man.
Really?
It's a lot going
Bless your
on.
heart. So we're gonna jump right into it because I don't like to beat around the bush.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get it.
go.
We're going to talk about, and shout out to Chels for this. She wants to talk about relationship patterns,
Yes.
and I think that's a healthy topic to talk about in today's era of one dating and two relationships,
Yes.
because both dating and relationships are powered by different things,
Yes.
and most things are not the right thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're gonna get into it. So I want to ask y'all this: do y'all believe, you two individually, do you believe you have a healthy relationship pattern or an unhealthy relationship pattern? Ches, you can go first. Then we're gonna circle you.
It's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. I think I had some unhealthy and then some healthy,
Yeah.
relationship patterns.
So elaborate. So what's the healthy? Give me the healthy.
Healthy.
Mm-hmm.
I am better about knowing what I deserve and what I'm finna tolerate. Like
Amen to
I've
that.
definitely gotten better with that
Amen to
because,
that.
as we saw the last episode, I've been through a lot.
Yeah, bless
So
your heart.
I'm definitely better at like,
Yeah.
hey, we're not finna do this. Like I'm trying to get better.
Yeah.
I think I'm better at stating my boundaries and sticking to it.
I love that.
Unhealthy. I guess always trying to see the good in people when it's clear as day.
That this ain't gonna fit for you
Yeah.
long term. Yeah.
Because it's good in everybody, but sometimes it just don't align.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably an unhealthy pattern for me. Still
Yeah.
trying to find the good in everybody when it's just like, I think it's kind of done ran its course. So yeah, I think that's unhealthy for me.
I hear that. I hear
Yeah.
that. Megan G, what about you, man?
So mine is gonna be both too, but I'm gonna
Yeah.
start with my unhealthy first.
Okay.
One thing about me is I'm very naive.
Yeah.
Very naive.
And what do you be naive about?
Uh,
I'm the accent.
like women fall in love with what they hear, men fall in love with what they see.
Mm.
So you can tell me, something, and I jump, hop, skip for it.
Yeah.
Like I will circle the ends of the earth for you.
Yeah.
Whatever a man tells me, I'm naive to believe it. When in reality, it's what I'm saying. It's not everything that glitters isn't gold.
Right.
So for me, I've been naive, and it has gotten me into relationships to where what I'm saying. If I was more or if I was less gullible, then I
Yeah.
wouldn't have been in the situations in the relationships, or I would call them situationships
Right.
that I was in.
Right.
The healthy part for me is I'm a good communicator.
Right.
Like I say what I mean and I mean what I say.
Right.
So you never have to question, how I feel or, what I'm saying, what I'm thinking, because I'm just going to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's
So
gonna-
so let me ask you this, because one, that's like part of being a good communicator.
correct.
So how do you deliver that?
Because it's not about what I say, it's how I say it.
Is that
It's always got to be tone for me.
yeah.
So that's why I'm not big on texting.
Yeah.
I like talking on the phone because I like to hear your voice. You can't interpret how somebody says something through a text.
You
And
right.
I feel like texting
Yeah.
is very impersonal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
agree
for
with
me, it's just I like talking on the phone so you can hear my voice, so you can hear the tone of how I'm saying it.
Right.
So I'm very careful when I'm talking to the opposite sex of how I say something, because I might think that I have said it in an encouraging way, but in reality, when it came off to him, it came off, what I'm
You
saying,
sound like an a-hole.
nonchalant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I have that problem too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, same.
what I'm saying, I go, like I said, when I'm having a communication or a conversation with somebody, then,
Right.
I make sure I watch how I say things,
Right.
but I also watch what I say.
Right.
Because, what I'm saying, sometimes we, as humans, we can put our foot in our mouth. So,
Oh
Right.
yeah, absolutely.
So for me personally, both as well. Healthy, I have a good discernment in who I need to invest in, as far as like what kind of energy this woman deserves. And I'm a great communicator. I feel like I'm a very like eternal based guy. So all my value first, you're gonna see is all eternal. Like my emotional intelligence, like how I think about things and how, I know what to be in your time of need. As far as like, if you need encouraging, I know how to be that person. If you need empowerment, I know how to be that person. If you just need an ear, I know how to be that person. Now, unhealthy wise, this has been my downfall, even to this day, if I'm being honest. I always blur the lines of knowing when to just be friends with that woman or having this woman trauma dump me. And then all of a sudden that makes me want to put on my cape and say, well, let me be not just your friend, but the man you need in your life.
Let me save you.
Let me save you. And I've always been like that. And I hate that. And it's funny because, like, it plays into my name. Because my social media name is Tevin Hero. The hero plays into the whole, like, I always feel like I'm saving somebody.
Yeah.
I put this thought or this illusion in my head that I'm saving somebody.
Yeah.
Because I have a trend of, like, meeting women just when they're leaving something very, very catastrophic.
Yeah.
As far as like relationship or even life.
I used to feel that way too. I used to feel like I used to get with guys that like they're at like a pivotal point in their life. And it's just like, what's that about?
Yeah, it's like, why am I always doing
that about?
this? Always like it's always like a death in the family or something like that. Or you coming out of a very bad relationship and here I go.
Trying to put on your cape. And like I said, trying to find the good, trying to find the good in people. Like, you're better than what you've been through.
That'd be my word.
You're better than what you've been through. So I'm trying to like, let me help. But it's just like sometimes it just don't align anymore. It's like not saying they're a bad person, but it just don't be aligning with what you're trying to do.
Now, Megan, I see you. You got to say something over there? I'm hearing all the remarks. Talk to me,
I save people every day.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just have that mentality, like, I'm not trying to do the same thing at my job in my relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not
cut you off
finna
because I'm with you on that. Like, if I feel like I have to become a life coach, y'all.
Right.
If I feel like I have to be your life coach and your man, like I can't wear both hats and do both at a high level for you.
I
You
get
gotta
that.
be one or the other.
I get that. And y'all know I'm trying to be a therapist. So I feel like people really try to come to me, try to counsel them and be this free therapist. Just like, and y'all know I like helping people. So it's like.
It's not even that though. Like, for me, it's just like, I already got to fight battles at work.
Right.
I don't want to fight battles at home.
Yeah.
Be my peace.
Yeah.
The men scream around, like, they scream that all the time. And it's just like, I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, women, we get on that spiel sometimes where we're not a man's piece. And it's not that hard to be a man's piece.
So elaborate.
Right,
what does being a man's piece mean to you?
Like,
I want you to answer too, Chad.
Okay.
Being a man's piece for me is understanding him. And when I say understand him, give him a space, not only mentally, but physically, emotionally,
talk to him.
Spiritually, to where he can thrive, where he can be his best self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't make him. It's a lot of women out here, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I've done it in my past where I've said some things that have made him feel less of a man.
Oh my goodness.
But I had to realize, and growing up, I matured to the point to where it's just like, all right, if I'm going to be this man's peace looks like calmness. Peace looks like happy. Yeah. I can go to you and be emotionally vulnerable with you instead of you telling me to suck it up. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be tough all the time, this and that and the third. Or if I come to you and I'm coming to you for understanding and you just brush me off.
Yeah.
So it's just like that. For me, that's what peace looks like. As far as me providing it to my man, to my significant other.
Right. I like that. What about you, Chess? Do you feel like along the same lines?
Yeah. Just kind of being a safe space for your partner and that type of thing. But for me, I think really what I'm currently learning is really being a man's piece is listening. Really listening to him. Really listen to your man and like comprehend, not just listening, comprehend what he's saying too. Comprehend, and then application.
Yes.
Apply.
Yes.
Because you could say all day, I understand what you're saying, but then if you're not implementing that you understand what he's saying, it's a whirlwind of things. And I'm learning with my current partner that
Yeah.
listening is key.
Yes.
And comprehension and then application.
Correct.
And all that is part of being a good communicator. So
Yes.
if you know how to comprehend what's being said, that makes you a good communicator as
And
well.
working on that too, relationship patterns.
Okay, so for me as a man,
what's peace for you?
I'm trying to tell you.
yeah, I'm about to get into that. So what's peace for me is definitely everything y'all have said put together. And me is just time. Like being, you know what? Okay, we talked about this out there a little bit. Not being clingy is peaceful. Like a woman.
So pretty much not being codependent. If we're going to put it in better words.
Yes.
That's
not
a relationship pattern, though.
Yes.
Being
and
codependent,
and knowing how to be functional without always being in contact with me, that's peaceful for me. Because if your job and just today you disperse a lot of energy into different things throughout the day. So for me to make time for you, that means I have to make energy for you.
Right.
So if I have to make energy for you, sometimes I'm not even at peace with just how the day went to even tap into that. So for you to say, well, okay, I see you need some time. Just let me know when you need to talk or you need to see me. I'm going to let you do your thing.
Right.
That kind of reassures peace for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
Right.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, so, and it's so funny because, like, growing up, I grew up facing rejection and all that jazz. So I used to love that kind of attention. Love the clinginess. Oh, I want to talk to you every day, please. Please, I want to be around you every day.
Yeah.
I used to love that. And it took one specific woman to kill all that.
Yeah. It's a wake-up call.
Like it was a time where we'd be on the phone for like an hour, 2 hours. First of all, as an adult, depending on the time of day, you got no business being on the phone for no hour, 2 hours. We as adults, we got things to do, other things to like, hey, our time and energy got to be here right now.
Oh.
So I don't got time, like, depending on the day, because after everything's done, a little nightcap, I can understand that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So it was a situation where this is, she called me in the morning, like 9 a.m. This is some years back, around like 20 something, some years back, like 5, 6 years ago. And she called me around like 9 a.m. We do our little, talk, whatever. Now, it's about to go on noon. Don't ask me why we was on the phone from like 9 till noon, but we was. It was an off day for me.
That's a shift.
Okay.
That is
a part-time shift.
Okay.
This woman caught a whole attitude when I said, okay, well, I'm about to get off the phone and start my day. She immediately jumped to, oh, so you got other B words you want to entertain. I'm like, heifer, I just gave you 3 hours on the phone, and we're adults.
Escalated quickly.
We got to go do things. Hopefully you do. Because she was younger than me. I think I was like, so we talking about 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm like 29-ish or whatever, and she's like 20, like 24 or 25, something like that. And that really bothered me. Like, for me to give you all this time talking to you, everything was good. It was no arguments, no nothing. We just flow with the conversation, right?
Right.
And for me to want to hang up and you get this attitude, I'm like, bruh, you gone right then and there.
Oh, man.
You want to know why she got attitude?
Yeah.
Why?
Because things don't go her way. That's women.
Yeah,
when things don't go our way,
it's control.
It's a controlling thing.
So let me ask y'all this: have y'all been that woman though? In that specific?
Yeah, I used to, like we talked about out there. I used to be that clingy woman, wanting to be in contact all the time, but that was for me being insecure and then not being confident that my partner's doing what he said he was doing with that previous partner. But yeah, kind of been that person, like, oh, so you just don't want to spend time with me anymore, but then got with somebody that did the same thing to me, and it's just like, wow, this is insane. Like, wow, this behavior is, it's uncalled for. So that's why I kind of had to flip, like, okay, it's okay to not always be with your partner all the time and be in constant communication, talking for 3 hours at a time. So, yeah, definitely have been
Meg,
there.
you have any?
I'm nobody's PO. I'm not the like, I'm not finna like that's one reason why I kind of like my peace and being single right now,
Yeah.
because I have that peace. I don't have to check in. Like I don't have to, you're
That
not my
feels like that
probation
should feel
officer.
like a job.
It should not.
Yes,
My
yes, I feel
relationship
that.
is not
Yeah.
a job. I
Yes.
mean, that's what I'm saying. That's where I go to, what I'm saying, relax. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, just like men want women to be their safe space, we
Yeah.
want y'all to be, what I'm saying, our leaders.
Yeah.
Lead us. So it's just like I should be able to come home and, I said it should be vice versa, where
Right.
just like you want me to be your safe space, be my safe space. I don't have
Right.
to talk to you every day to know, what I'm saying, how much you care about me, how much you love me, and
Right.
I don't have to be in your presence.
Right.
Because when I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm a reflection of them and they are a reflection of me when we step out,
Right.
even if we're stepping out separately. So I have that respect level for my significant other, that much respect for him to be like, all right, if I step out and I go to the mall, I know I'm a pretty girl. I know I'm a, what I'm saying, turn heads. It's not about what that other person does. It's about what I do. And I know that I'm a reflection of my man when I step out.
Come on now.
So
Talk like a wife.
trying to get that title, trying to get that title. No.
I feel
so.
that.
We still on relationship patterns, right? So
Yes.
let's talk about another part of it. So as you started your relationship careers, right? What did you find yourself always falling for, or always attracting, as far as your opposite partner?
Well, I've learned over the years, because there's about 4 attachment styles. There's anxious, avoidant, disorganized, and secure.
Right.
I've learned over the years that I was an anxious attachment style. So
So
I
like anxious.
anxious is like always wondering what they're doing, how long they're texting back, overthinking, that type of thing. So I used to like go into relationships finding, since I'm anxious, I would always find people that were avoidant. So it's like, I'm so anxious in my feelings, da da da, what are you doing? And then I always seem to find people who weren't always like available, like emotionally available for me, like that. So it's just like, oh, I'm fighting so hard to like get your attention, be heard, but then you're on the back end like, oh, this is too much. And I noticed I got those type of people, kept like trying to chase and prove myself to these people, when it's just like, are they even proving anything to you?
Right.
So, and then also, like I said, trying to find the good in people, trying to like, oh, if I could just break through this exterior, then like everything will be good.
Right.
And honestly, that was killing me, my spirit. So,
So did you feel like you brought that into your current relationship?
A little bit, yes. Like in the beginning, like before,
like on the anxious part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like before we actually like officially got together, I kind of caught myself going back into those patterns. But I was trying to be more aware of that. And it's just like, you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk that much. Like you said, just being comfortable and confident, like we together, even if we're together or apart.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to learn to be like trusting the closeness even when we're apart. So that's how you become more secure.
That's a bar right there.
That's how you become more secure in your relationship, trusting the fact that y'all are close even when y'all are apart.
Yes,
so that's something I'm still actively learning.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna let you go, Meg. And it's so funny because we're in the era that we have all these tools to communicate.
Right.
But I feel like we're in the most disconnected era.
Yes.
As far as like human to human.
Yes.
That if you're not hearing the voice or seeing the message or feel or whatever, like you feel like you're out of disconnect, or it's a potential disconnect. Like just because you haven't heard me or saw me or felt me for an hour or a couple of hours or even a day.
Yeah.
Like trust that internally we're still connected.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So Megan G, going to you. So what patterns did you, not patterns, so who did you see yourself like having the patterns for, like falling for? Like, did you have a certain type that always get you weak in the knees?
I would say not a weak in the knees. I wouldn't say that I had a type.
Yeah.
But as far as like my relationship pattern goes, I would go for the like my relationship pattern is emotional, logical.
Right.
Like I'm more of the let my heart rule, while the man is let me take a, a rational approach to these situations.
Right.
And it's just more so like right now, just like you working on, knowing that y'all don't have to be together physically in order to, you know what I'm saying, have that feeling.
Yeah.
For me, I'm working on my emotional responses, my emotional maturity. Because I let my emotions dictate my decisions in my relationships.
Shout out to you for like admitting that, cause that's hard.
Man,
to
it's a hard, it's
Yes.
a
For women.
hard. Mastering your emotions has to be the hardest thing that a human being can go through.
Yeah.
And right now, I'm going through it along with trying to date.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you know what I'm saying, because I was like that, where it was like, all right, you know what I'm saying, any little nuisance or any little hiccup, inconvenience for me in the relationship, I'm finna get gone. I'm finna go ghost.
Yeah.
Like, so I always found myself getting, you know what I'm saying, letting my emotions dictate my decisions. So that would put us in a space in the relationship where it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying, she's too much. She can't handle her emotions. She can't stabilize her emotions. And so for me, it was like I said, I didn't have a type. It was just more so like men are logical. You guys are logical creatures. So you gonna think, you know what I'm saying, with your head, not your heart.
Right.
Versus us, we, you know, like I said, any little inconvenience for me, I'd be like, all right, bye.
Been real.
Like,
Been real.
Right, just going off the emotions.
let me jump into this next relationship and see. So for me, it's more so like I felt like I was trying to find a man who can handle me emotionally.
Okay.
Which is my fault because I need to be able to handle myself emotionally first before I put myself out there.
Absolutely.
So it's just like, it's been a battle.
It's funny you
Absolutely.
said the word handle.
Right.
So I want to ask y'all, since we're all black, I want to word this without sounding. Actually, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like black women are the only woman who says, "I need a man who can handle me." Do y'all agree? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Why do y'all think that?
Amen.
Yes. I guess we could be a lot emotionally, and I guess it's just a hard way to it's the incorrect way to say that I just need somebody that can not necessarily handle, but it's just like I guess I think the right word is accepting me for who I am in its totality, flaws and all. Because like women, we definitely will go after men, flaws and all. Like men can be completely flawed and we'll still try to find, oh, he's this and that type of thing. I think women want the same growth. Like you keep saying, like men want us to be their safe space, but we also need men to be our safe space. So I think it goes into, instead of saying handle, I think it should be accepting me for who I am entirely. Because handle, it sounds like I'm not an animal.
On that whole definition, because handle to me, when black women say that, I think about a package. Okay. And sometimes that package is delivered as is. So that means no changing, no adapting, no nothing. So when I hear a black woman say that, because that's the only woman, just putting it out there, y'all, that's the only kind of woman I hear say that, it really gives like, I'm going to come as I am, and I'm not going to change anything. So you're going to have to just accept everything about me.
Ooh, Lord. Lord. I feel like
that's the other side of it.
That's crazy, but that's crazy work, right?
Yeah.
Like, let's be realistic, right?
Yeah.
The women, like, they come and be like, oh, take me as is.
Yeah.
But the first time a man does something that they don't like or that grinds their gears or that gets them into the emotional vulnerability state, they ready to get gone. It's over. Now you a dog. Now you a cheater. You know what I'm saying? Now you this. Now we get into the name calling and now we finna down this man.
Yeah. Right.
So by any means, like I said, it's just, for me, it's just, I don't feel like women... Well, like you said, black women normally are the ones that say that, right? And it gives it a bad connotation because, like she just said, like, handle is more so like you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at us more as a task than, you know what I'm saying, than an actual human being because we are human. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody feels, it's just people feel things in different ways. Right. So, for me, it's just like, I don't need you to handle me. Because I know what I'm capable of. I know what I bring to the table. Right. You're going to get with somebody who they might be good in certain areas that you're not good in. Right. So let them step up and handle that. And then, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to say put you on the back burner because men like to think like when it could go back to the conversation on the topic of some men, I know a lot of majority of men, they will not date a woman who makes more than them.
Yeah.
That's another problem that I've been running into in this dating world. I make more than a lot of, my average colleagues. So it's just like I feel like men feel intimidated by me because I make more. What I have in my pocket shouldn't matter. It's what's in my heart. It's what's in my soul that I'm bringing to the table to you. So
now let me respectfully rebuttal that. Now I don't have that problem like personally, but I feel like as a man, a lot of things I see women do is throw that in their face.
That is true. That is true. I see a lot of that too.
Disconnect. Well, I make more than you, so such and such and such and such. They even got like even Tyler Perry even like tapped into that. So I think it's not about as far as like the right now. It's like when this happened, this gonna be thrown in my face. I know, and emotionally and mentally, I'm not gonna be prepared to handle it as a man, as an alpha. So I think that's what's more intimidating. It's not like, okay, well, that's cute. You're a whole EMT. You make this amount. That's cool. Like, you got a whole career. That's dope.
Right.
Yeah.
But now, we talking about figures, and you you say your figures, and I'm like, dang, I just work at McDonald's or whatever.
Right.
And, like, I know you're going to throw it in my face when we have...
Nope. I wouldn't, because I know that's gonna make you feel less of a man. So why would I do that? You know what I'm saying?
But there's some women who do the whole "Can you handle me?"
And then I think it kind of plays into trauma too, and like men have for like what that man been through with previous women, with their own mom, stuff like that. You know, not the whole like I make more than you, but just that whole confrontation of like you gonna throw something in my face. Yeah. You gonna throw something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Things of that nature. So.
But you can't ask for what you can't provide.
But that's what everybody likes to do nowadays, asking what they can provide.
Man.
But the whole thing, but going back to the handle, like how you said, women want to just like, I need a man to handle me. But you said from a standpoint of a man coming into it, like, oh, I'm not going to change anything. You need to accept me as who I am. And it's just like, that's where we get into like, well, maybe sis, you might need to change just a little bit.
Tweak that a little bit.
Like, how we come off, it can be just a tad bit aggressive, but that goes back into dealing with unresolved trauma or with the whole money thing. It's a control thing being thrown back in your face. It's like, 1 minute you saying, oh yeah, I love my man, but once I get into an argument, now it's, oh, you were broke, whatever, and I make more than you.
But I wasn't broke while I was all up in you.
So
exactly.
I mean, you're right. You're right,
man.
but it's just handle.
Right.
Is the wrong word.
Okay, let's switch gears because I definitely want to talk about this attachment styles, aka, well, not no aka, but / love languages.
Yes.
So let me ask y'all first, and Meg, I want you to start for us first. What is your love language? Give me your top 3 love languages.
Words of affirmation,
right?
Acts of service, and quality time.
No touching. You don't even let it be touched.
Man,
you're such a Taurus.
It's not that I don't like to be touched.
Yeah,
I like actions speak louder than words, and it's crazy I say that because my love language is words of affirmation.
Yeah,
but words of affirmation and acts of service are like neck and neck when it comes to the top. So it's more so like, yeah, I understand, I'm saying, a man can tell me what I want to hear.
right.
But that's not more so, I'm saying, my words of affirmation. My words of affirmation, I look at something like, I'm saying, me and this man have been dating. You tell me that you're proud of me. You notice like the little things. Or if you drive my car to go get groceries, you put gas in it.
Yeah.
Because, I got to go to work in the morning. Like just little things like that for me. You know what I'm saying? That's my love language.
Okay. What about
Speak
you?
life into me.
Yeah.
My love languages are, my 3 are physical touch, quality time, and words of affirmation. Yeah.
That's
what
my
it is
same 3 too.
That's what it is for me. For me, I do need reassurance. I do need to hear the reassurance. Because words of affirmation isn't just, oh yeah, you're such a great part. Like, oh, you're doing a good job. It's like, real like, hey, I appreciate you opening up to me about this. I appreciate us having this conversation.
Same.
I appreciate you trying, making an effort.
Yeah.
Like
I appreciate you my safe space.
I appreciate
like
you doing this for me, that type of thing.
Yeah.
So words of affirmation, quality time, because I do like to spend time with my partner a lot. Like, because I feel like when you really want to be with somebody, they kind of should be your best friend.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why like I like quality time.
No. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna say something about the quality time part.
But and then also physical touch. Oh yeah, I love some cuddles.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cuddles. Yes, I
Yeah.
love that spending time, like all that. Hold my hand,
Right. I
forehead
want to be in your skin
kisses.
and all
Yes,
that.
you
Jazz.
know, I
Lord.
love all of that.
Yeah.
I love all of that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Now for me, it's the same thing. Now quality. See, a lot of people I feel like get confused quality with quantity
Mm.
because I spend a lot of time with women
Speak,
and
brother.
felt nothing.
oh yeah,
You know what I
Speak,
mean?
brother.
right.
And
Yes,
I've dated women who I've
it's
seen
not deep.
once or twice a week and felt everything in that once or twice a week.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a lot of people confuse quality with quantity.
Ooh, that's a word
Touch
right
to
there.
me, and it's so funny because like as a man saying that, a lot of when I say it to women, they really like think it's like sexual. Like nah,
Mm-mm.
it's not
No,
always just sexual.
intentional.
Yeah, intentional, and I feel like a touch is the external of how you feel.
Exactly. Yes.
Like for y'all, since y'all
Yes.
women, like I can like y'all could probably attest to this. Like y'all probably had a man touch y'all, and you can tell it was like some creepy vibe when y'all got touched, or like some
Yes.
perverted like intentions when y'all got touched.
Yeah.
Compared to like when it's someone
Yeah.
you're probably dating or somebody, and he touched you, and you felt like you was cared for. You felt
know,
protected when he touched
warm
you.
and fuzzy
Yeah,
inside.
all that stuff, right? So for me, and honestly, I'm gonna get a little dark here because I want to ask y'all this too. Well, actually, I'm gonna ask the question first, then I'm gonna answer it, right? So, do you think anything traumatic that has happened to you in your childhood affects your love language?
Absolutely.
Okay. What about you?
Of course.
Okay, now me, right? So my first one is physical touch, right? Now I'm gonna get a little dark here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was 10, me and my cousin, it's a lady, and she was 10 too. We were the same age. We was off my grandma's house watching Michael Myers, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a sex scene.
Mm-hmm.
And we in the bed just chilling, watching it. Then all of a sudden, my cousin tell me we should do that, and I'm like, what? Like in my mind, I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, where did that even come from?
Right.
Yikes.
And she told me to like, hey, take your thing out and put it here. And I'll be honest, I did that. Well, we tried to. Of course, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 10. So I actually did it. And I didn't know how to feel about that because one, that's like my own cousin.
Right.
So I kind of like kept that in the wraps as far as like, yeah, I'm just going to keep this to myself because something's just telling me not to tell anybody this, especially since we family.
Right.
And that cousin, definitely ain't going to say no names, but that cousin was definitely the cousin that likes to play house. And the other side of house, not like, we both the parents and we got a child. Like she like to be like
Grown.
Okay.
about that life.
Yeah.
And it was a time, even like on my birthday, like I want to say like my 11th birthday, I think. She came over and like, for your birthday, I'm gonna let you play the game, I'm gonna let you eat, but after that, we're gonna play house. So my first encounters, like touch wise and sexual wise, was with my own cousin.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Man.
And I think I had this conversation with an older friend of mine, like recently, like last month, and I actually teared up about it because it's like I wonder, does that play a part in how I am when it comes to touch because of that seed that was planted?
Yeah.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Because for me, like if I ain't touching you, I'm not feeling connected to you. Like I was that guy. Like with my I can attest this to my son's mom. Like it was a point where I feel like our relationship was about to end. Like some things happened, and it really disconnected us, but we were still together. And I caught myself every time I tried to like, every time I picked her up from work and like dropped her back to her crib, I always caught myself wanting to have sex with her because I didn't feel no other connection anywhere else. We rarely talked. When we did talk, it was about like your little, hey, how was your day, and all this other jazz. So I for me to find value in this relationship still, I need to have sex with you,
Mm-hmm.
and I really felt like my trauma played a part in that, and so many other situations like that,
Yeah,
So
it did.
yeah, so
It did.
so I want one of y'all to elaborate, like what kind of things that was traumatic to you played a part into like your love language.
Well, yeah, my living so words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch.
Yeah.
I had a mother that worked a lot.
Mm.
I think, yeah, my mom worked 2 jobs for a good chunk of my life, so
Yeah.
wasn't a lot of quality time. Because even when she wasn't home, she's asleep.
Yeah.
Or if she's up, she's trying to clean the house, do her uniforms, cook the food for the week or whatever, because she's finna work 3 doubles 3 days in a row. So the quality time, definitely was not there from my primary parent. And then also, my dad wasn't around, so not getting that quality time from her definitely plays a part into why I be wanting to spend a lot of time with the person that I'm with. And then, of course, with her working all the time, wasn't a lot of affection, hugs, and kisses and stuff like that. So I feel like that's probably why I like physical touch as well from my partner. Like just feeling the love from, my counterpart. So that definitely plays a part. And also words of affirmation. Also, I'm Haitian, by the way. So growing up Caribbean, it's very different. So you getting encouraging words all the time, it doesn't come by all that often. So that's another reason why I need the reassurance. Like, hey, you doing good. Like, reassure me. Like, it's there. So that definitely played a part into my love languages and why I need that, because I didn't really get it growing up. So,
it's tough.
Yeah, it's all good though. I love my mom. She had to work hard, but certain areas did lack. But that's why it contributes to my love languages. So
I said that, man. I respect that. What about you, Megan G?
Man. All right.
She always got something.
All right. So my first one is words of affirmation. I've always been told, growing up, that I was pretty or whatnot. And this and that and the third. Like, I've heard it all the time, but I always wanted reassurance from the person that I'm dating or the person that I'm with.
Right.
Especially, me starting late in the game. Like, I lost my virginity at a late stage. Like, I started, dibbling, dabbling and dating and relationships and whatnot. And most of my relationships, it was the longevity of them because the man kept up with reassuring me that I was the one, or, that we were going to get married and this and that and the third. The acts of service came into play because I have a big heart. I'm always there.
Right.
No matter who called me, I will drop whatever I'm doing to come and rescue Randy you. So the acts of service, I feel like in my past and in my past relationships and, growing up, like, I was always the one doing for somebody.
Right.
Nobody ever did for me.
Yeah.
So, when acts of service is big up there, because it's more so like sometimes there are times where I want to just take a back seat and get my feet rubbed, or like,
without having to be asked,
without having to be, like, without somebody having to ask me, like, you just know, that I need that. So it's just more so like I didn't get those acts of service growing up. Like, I didn't, I was, like I said, I was always the person that was doing. I was always on the go, always doing for somebody else.
Yeah.
And, forgetting about myself.
Right.
So.
I feel that. Bless your heart.
I know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm still, you know what I'm saying? Because you grow up and we, when we grow up, we're mature, right? But some things, that happened in your past shape who you are today.
Right. Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't change, or I wouldn't take anything back in my past. All of it wasn't, gold, and it didn't glitter. But, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything that I went through, I had to go through in order to understand and learn, certain things about not only myself, but about the other person.
Right.
So
staying on love languages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the priority of your love language fluctuate from relationship to relationship?
Yes.
No, mine's the same.
The same?
Mine is always the same in a relationship.
Top,
I need the words, I need the time, and I need the physical touch. Like, for me, that I don't falter from those. Yeah. Like, at all.
Mine does.
Yeah, mine does.
Mine does, because I be trying to love that person in their love language.
Yeah.
Versus
and
mine.
That's a serious thing.
So then mine will start getting misconstrued, and I be like, all right, well, I would words of affirmation, but I think today I want some quality time.
Right.
Well, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
it stays the same, but it just fluctuates for like the
priority.
The priority, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I guess I get with people that kind of have the same love languages as me.
Right.
Quality time or words of affirmation. Physical touch always number one for some people. Yeah, I feel like it's always kind of the same thing.
So y'all would love each other, y'all love language, hope balances it out.
Yeah,
But
for the
if you
most
get
part.
with somebody who, like, say yours is like words of affirmation and theirs is quality time,
Yeah.
then you know what I'm saying, you're gonna try to love them in their love language. So next thing you know, you start like, okay, well, I'm starting to
Yeah.
spend more time with this person. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
hold up, I'm starting to
I
love
got an
them.
example of that. My last ex, her love language was gifts. Is it gifts? Or
Acts of service.
is that acts of service?
It's
No,
acts of-
It's
no,
like- it's
gift
like
gifts,
giving.
receiving gifts,
Receiving gifts.
That was her
is-
thing.
yeah.
She was
Receiving
big
gifts.
on that. Like when I told you she spoiled your boy for like my birthday, bro. Like, and I'm not used to that because
Okay, yeah.
I'm not even like I'm not really big on celebrations.
Okay,
You know, and she made that a thing because she loves celebrating.
right. That's
You know, so I caught myself like doing.
You
the
was waiting
same
on the
thing.
other shoe to drop.
So-
You was like, this too good to be true. What's going on?
Yeah.
No, that's me.
But it wasn't
You
no
wait-
other shoe to drop. But it was just like I caught myself trying to match her love language.
Correct.
Okay.
You started buying
I'm
her
buying
gifts.
gifts. Yeah, I make sure I like
You
the
going
way
to
you
pay
Is that
for
what
it?
she-
show me
but-
for my birthday?
Baby,
I
I'm
make
finna.
sure I-
I'm
Is
finna-
that
I'm
what
finna
she wanted
return
though?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it
because
worked
that's the
out.
thing,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But you
It
had
did,
to.
yeah.
You saw yourself changing your love language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, actually, yeah.
but the thing is, even though you see yourself like blending in with that, it still depends on what's gonna hold more weight. Because for me, like my top 3 is the quality time, words of affirmation, and of course physical touch. I think I put 4. I mean,
Yeah.
but so that holds more weight, even though I really appreciate that
Right.
what she did. Yeah, and there's no slight to her at all because we still friends to this day, man. And I love her like as a friend or whatever. And it like I saying this as no slight, but I will always remember how a woman made me feel through words,
Right.
through
Exactly.
touch,
Yeah.
you know,
Correct.
and the times we spent together. I
Exactly.
appreciate all the gifts, of
Right.
course,
Correct.
but it doesn't hold weight compared to those 3 things. To me.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, because it's funny that you mentioned that too,
Yeah.
because I think my ex that I mentioned from South Carolina, I think his love languages might have been
Yeah.
gift giving or receiving gifts, because he, like you said, being spoiled and stuff like that. I never had that before, like getting
Yeah,
the
same.
gifts and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a nice gesture, but it's just like I don't necessarily need all of that.
Yeah.
Like the gifts is cool, the material stuff is cool, but it's just like I can buy them myself.
Yeah.
Like that's why words of affirmation and quality time and physical touch is more important to me than receiving gifts, because
Correct.
I could buy that myself,
Right,
or
right.
this could break, or just whatever. And then also another reason I feel like his might have been gift giving, because
Right.
I guess he felt like I was unappreciative
Mm.
of the gifts that he
Lord.
got me, because he would throw it back in my face. Well, I did this, I got you this, and da da da. It's just like, okay,
Yeah.
I could have
That's a
bought
female
all
trait.
right. I
Yeah,
could have bought all
yeah.
this
That's a
myself.
female
Yeah, I
trait,
dealt with
though.
somebody like that.
Like
Mm.
so, yeah. It's
Yeah.
so it's yeah. It's kind of because I was trying to do the same thing, like
Yeah.
give him gifts or get him something good for his birthday, since he got me hella gifts for my birthday.
Right.
So
And
it's
like
just
you pressure
like
yourself to do
exactly,
that
but I don't
because
even-
I'm not used to that.
Yeah,
but
you know.
but I'm even like a gift giving
Me
person.
neither.
Like
I'm
I'm gonna
not-
get you a gift, but it's
nah.
just
Yeah,
like
okay,
I'm a person like, here, take this $50, go get what you want. So
yeah.
Nah.
like,
Yeah.
but
I don't know.
yeah,
I just feel like
I
for
get that
me,
point.
I don't care about no gifts. I just want your time.
Yeah.
right.
I want to fall in love. When I start, like, you know what I'm saying, looking for somebody that I'm interested in, I fall in love with their mindset first.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm
As
saying,
you
what
should.
you look like is an added bonus, but if I can't, you know what I'm saying, have a conversation with you, then you
So
know
that's
what I'm saying, where
so let me, not to cut you off. So you said the look is a bonus.
it's a
Right,
bonus.
yeah.
I'll be real with you. The look is first.
Correct.
I mean, of
because men fall in
course.
love
Because
with,
I
with what they
Yeah,
see.
yeah,
You gotta
because
have physical
if I wanna know
attraction.
anything more about you,
Yeah.
I gotta be appeased with what you look like first.
Right. Yeah.
Then
Correct,
all
that's
the other
understandable.
stuff, you know, all the other stuff is like I can't like, and I'm a face guy. Even not to get sexual, y'all, but even like, like you
No,
know,
that's
and I like
real.
to kiss.
Exactly,
You know,
that's
and
real.
stuff like that.
People who be like, "Oh, the looks don't matter," they're lying. Okay,
Exactly.
because you need to be
It's
physically
not that it
attracted to
doesn't-
somebody.
but hold on, let me clarify.
There
I'm
we
not
go, yeah.
saying that the looks don't matter,
Right.
but a lot of people hold like that holds a
Like
lot
the
of
look-
weight
Yeah,
for a
the
lot of
top.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything.
That doesn't hold weight for me because you can look,
Right.
you could be fine as hell, but be a bird brain.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
let me tell you this as a dude. As a dude, we do that.
Okay.
Like your leash is as long or as short as how you look.
Correct. You know how many men I have in my inbox?
Yeah.
Hey, big head, and you're only sliding in there
Yeah,
because you
I
saw a
hate
little
big head.
light skinned chick because of the way I look.
Yeah.
Like, come on,
when I had my locks, who baby.
they finna be fly.
Everybody like the little shorty with the locks now.
Yeah. Grand Risings Queen, you getting them text messages?
Grand Rising.
Yes.
You getting them text
it
messages?
never
Grand
failed.
Rising
It
Queen
never
text messages?
Haven't
Never
said grand
failed.
rising in day your life.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden you got this.
That's suspect. That's
little one with
narcissistic
locks. All of a
behavior.
sudden
You
it's
know,
grand rising.
right? You know, it's like
You
shut
know,
up.
all of a sudden it's queen this, a queen that.
Okay.
Which is true.
Leave me alone.
I'm a victim
You
of
get
it.
left on red, like they.
I'm a victim, yeah.
And then they get mad when you don't hit them back. Like,
Yeah.
no, I don't
Yeah.
know. The
'Cause,
only
yeah,
reason you
things are
hopped in
more
my
important.
inbox is because you like what you saw.
Yeah. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think I mentioned this on an episode or two, like one of the last 2 episodes about my North Carolina chick. You know, she was long distance. She was light skinned, slam, tattoos everywhere, a freak. So it's a lot of things I did tolerate past my boundaries because of
Y'all
the attraction.
do
And
that.
that's real. That is real, bruh. We gonna keep
Baby,
it real.
baby.
Part of having
And
a
that
safe space
that
is
irks my
being real.
nerves.
And
But
that's
that
real,
irks my
dog.
nerves that
It's
y'all
real.
do that. Y'all dummy,
because
y'all water
because
yourself
take it,
down.
Because y'all take it to the next relationship.
Y'all
with that.
do.
We do. We do.
It's
Y'all
we
do, bro.
And
Like,
look, ain't no.
it's
So
narcissistic behavior. Like,
yeah,
it's a
I've
narcissist
done that.
at its finest.
I have done that. Like my mom told me, I think you got tight, bro. Well, she didn't call me bro. But if you look at my, because I got 2 different kids' moms, right? My son's mom, light skin, slim. My
Continue.
Because it
Don't
just
do
be the
that.
light skin for me.
Continue.
Like,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Now my daughter's mom, kind of like my complexion, slim as well. Now
Okay.
me,
Yeah, you
I'm
got
from
type.
the South, so
You got type.
I'm from the South, so I do like me some thickness.
Okay.
But I do find myself more attracted to not like slimmer woman, but I think at that time I just had that kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know? And I found myself, and the funny thing, because throughout those 3 relationships with those 3 specific women, I found myself watering down my boundaries because
Correct.
of the physical attraction.
Correct.
Yep.
But let me ask you a real question, and I want you to be completely honest with me.
Look at them
Did
eyes,
you
look at them eyes.
did you water down those boundaries because you really liked her, or did you water down those boundaries to get some pom pom?
I really liked her because the sex. now the sex was a part of it,
No,
but it was the liking first. Because
Okay.
my like even though, like especially during my younger years, like straight out of high school, whatever, like I was definitely slinging, but
Okay.
I still had to like you first.
Right.
I didn't really care about how good. What don't do that. Because I'm being
let's
serious.
be real. Let's be realistic.
am.
Let's be
I am,
realistic,
bruh.
Tevin.
Like I still gotta like
y'all
you first.
y'all will water down y'allself. Y'all will do whatever
First
it
of all, hold on,
takes
let me say
to
this. Let me-
get that pom pom.
First, let me say this. Like, first of all, I don't even know how good it is. So what I'm gonna water down first anyway.
you don't
I gotta
care.
like you first.
You don't. You like what you saw.
Okay, well, yeah, you gotta like
You
it
like
first.
what you saw.
But I don't know. I don't get. I guess it's because sometimes some women be mean,
Yeah.
and then like, but yet she get all the men. So it's just like,
Man, what? That was
so
my
that's
that
why
was-
that's
that
why
was the
that's
North
why
Carolina
that's
one.
why she asked.
She
me.
cursed.
But that's
she was a hood straight. out of
exactly.
North
But that's why she
Carolina.
asking, did you water it down to
Yes.
get the poom poom, or is it because you actually do like her?
You
know-
really
you what-
actually
you know what?
liked her.
You know what? Yes, but not initially.
Not gonna
The
tell
water down came after the fact during.
You
Okay.
started seeing yourself doing stuff that was out of your
Yeah.
character.
Like, this
because
woman hit me,
did you
and I'm
want
like-
did you want the pom pom or did you really like her? Because when she hit you, did
Yeah.
you think to yourself like, dang, I ain't even got the pom pom yet, like, or were you thinking to yourself like, dang, she just
No.
hit me and I took it and I really must like her?
No, it was the latter because, and it's funny because how she apologized. She apologized.
Was with poom poom.
Yes.
Yeah,
And that kept.
but see,
Toxic.
toxic.
Yeah.
That's
See?
toxicity
admit-
at its
I admit-
finest. That's
I admit-
toxicity at its final. Jesus.
You know.
Jesus.
And the thing. is,
Relationship patterns.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, for
And
real.
attachment styles. Since we're talking about
Yes.
attachment, I always
man.
found myself being attached to a woman that was vulnerable.
Mm.
I was almost like a predator in a way.
Oh, God.
Like I just had this sixth sense.
Oh wait.
As far as,
Wait.
Like
Is it vulnerable, or were you attracted to insecure women?
Insecurity. There we go.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
Call me out. Yeah, it was insecurity.
I was finna ask that same
was
question
insecurity,
since
yeah.
we being real.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
were
I
you
was
attracted
definitely.
to a
It's
woman
almost
that
like
was
I
already
smelt
that?
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
y'all
like I had to stick.
Y'all
Yes.
sniff it out.
I was like a whole wolf. Like I just knew, and I always like, and it goes back to even school. Like the ones that was out there, kind of like who were feeling themselves. Stay away from me. It was always them quiet.
They
ones.
intimidated you. They intimidated you. They did.
And plus, I didn't like people who had a lot of access. Like you was
Oh,
very
yeah,
accessible. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing.
I don't like somebody who always on scene.
Yeah. Like
Right.
that's
I don't like somebody who always on
like,
scene.
don't
Like,
you
if
You
you-
always gotta be
Damn.
seen, bro.
Like,
Like,
baby,
I'm very
stay in the
kinda
house.
low key, bro.
Come
Like,
in
Go sit
they
down.
ain't gonna work.
that's why I always tell people when I pop out with my next one, baby, who? Harpo, who this man?
Oh man.
So it's just like I said, I
That
just
was a
wanted
good
you to be
question.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted you to be honest with me because
Yeah.
most men, you know what I'm saying, y'all will go through hell or high water
Yeah.
for the boom boom, and then get the boom boom and be mad if it ain't good.
Bro, there's movies
Yes,
specifically based on men doing anything
the
in the
crazy
world
All the-
thing
yeah.
just to get in
just
between
to
my
get
legs,
the
Yeah.
pum pum.
just between.
So-
and the crazy
Oh, like
thing,
Thin Line Between Love and Hate.
hey,
Oh, no.
with Martin Lawrence
American
and
Pie.
Lynn Whitfield.
American Pie.
Yes,
That's just
Lynn Whitfield.
Oh my God.
that was a good movie.
Man, what?
But yeah,
And she gave you the signs.
Yes.
And you still want to.
and you still wanted to.
Yeah.
Exactly. See,
And the crazy thing is, you do have some men out here though, where the harder they have to work for the pum pum, the more enticing, like the more exciting it is. It's like a game.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I never
Yeah.
been that dude.
It's like a game to them.
Initially, I never been that dude for like what work do I got to put in to get that.
And then it's weird because then once they do get the pum pum, now it's like, huh,
It was easy for me.
it's over. Like
It's over.
like
you
chase
you
is
treat me
over.
like like I'm trash, like I'm garbage.
It was
Right.
easy for me. And I'm not saying it like in a confident way, but I figured out like the method of like one catching someone insecure, because
Yes.
when you're insecure, once you show some kind of value, it opens up the floodgate.
Yeah.
So when I was in my cheating ways, I
Oh, Lord.
wasn't. I mean, I had doggish ways,
Okay.
but
Right.
it wasn't like, oh, I just want to see how much, vagina I can get. It was more like, how many women can I get to feel valued to the point where they can give me their body. That
You're
was my
not
method.
bringing value
That
to
was
me,
my
though.
relationship.
But you're
pattern.
not bringing value to me. That sounds more so like, all right, let's see how many women I can control.
Yeah. In a way.
Like,
In
let
a
me
way.
see how many.
Yeah, you know,
'cause
trying to
went
have
for
them
the
you're not
insecure
dignitized,
women.
like, but
Trying to
now
have the
mind you,
dignitized.
this is like
Yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Yeah, you
24
young, you
even.
young.
So
you
we're
know.
not
You
even.
young.
I don't even got that kind of intellect to even dissect it like that yet.
Yeah,
You
nah.
know.
We ain't gonna
Yeah.
excuse that behavior though.
No, right.
Like, that behavior ain't finna get excused. Just 'cause you know what I'm
Please
saying.
don't excuse it. Don't excuse
Age ain't nothing
Oh,
but a
man.
number.
Right,
Yeah.
nail me to the cross with that. Hey, look, like I said, I ain't no angel.
You know, relationship.
not
Y'all
even
not
done.
gonna. We ain't gonna turn to like just jump on me though.
Nah,
No,
let- let-
no. Us women.
No,
Yeah.
I've definitely watered down my boundaries
Yeah.
because
So what makes you initially water down your boundaries first? Like, what's the first thing you notice in a guy? Like, I'm gonna water down my boundaries just a tad bit because I like what?
well, when I was like severely insecure,
Yeah.
it was just
Yeah.
like, no,
I'm scared to even ask. What
No,
that
it was
mean.
bad. No, it was bad. Like,
Yeah.
it was bad. But when I was severely insecure,
Yeah.
kind of did the same thing. Kind of watered down my boundaries for a specific guy. He was real pretty, like I
Right.
said, very attractive, and it's just like, wow, he's so attractive and he likes me. So it's just like
Damn,
I'm
like,
allowed-
you find myself like me. Dang.
exactly. So I'm
Yeah.
allowing certain behaviors to happen,
Yeah.
and it's just like I'm really gonna do this because I think you cute. But then it's like all the behavior and other stuff is just like, oh, this is such a turn off. But then I'm
Yeah.
like, you kind of just stay a little bit because like, dang, you do
Yeah.
look good. But after a while, it's just like, I deserve so much more. And that goes into my healthy patterns of knowing what I deserve. I deserve so
Knowing
much
your
more.
worth.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta know
and there's
your
always
worth.
going to be another fine man out there. So
Yeah.
if this one like me, another one will like me. So
Yeah.
Right. You gotta
yeah.
know your worth, queen.
Yeah,
Know your
that's
worth.
really what it was about, me knowing my worth.
Yeah,
so,
know your
yeah,
worth.
but I definitely watered down some boundaries because they look good, and I felt like I couldn't find. I wouldn't. It was like rare for me to find somebody that looked that good,
Yeah.
and he was still nice, but like God, he was still just.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
He kind of had doggish ways, so
Yeah.
yeah, definitely watered it down.
Mm. That's
yeah,
your heart.
you know,
What about you, Megan G?
I'm
Megan G.
I'm too masculine for that.
Don't do that.
girl.
And you lying.
Let me stop.
Right.
To be honest, there's not one relationship that I've been in where I water down or let stuff slide
Right.
because I peep stuff.
I'm gonna call you BS on that.
Nah,
because
I
you
peep.
said-
It got to be a little bit. It got to be a
I'm
little bit.
gonna say this. I'm
I'm
gonna
not
let you finish
finna,
because you said
first
you're
of all,
gullible.
you're not for you.
So if you're gullible, you let things
Yes,
slide in.
but I was gullible, but I was
Right.
gullible with what you was telling me, the lies.
Right.
When I say I was gullible as an
Right.
unhealthy pattern,
Right.
man could tell me like, you know what I'm saying, I got 2 cars, I live at home with my mama. That's where I was gullible at. I wasn't gullible with your behavior. No, like I wasn't gullible with your behavior. You're not finna play. You're not finna play with my top. Like, no, we're not finna do what we not finna do. Because the first sign of behavior that I see, like I said, any little slight inconvenience for me,
Right.
I'm finna skate. All right, I'm a bump with you. The most dangerous place you can be is in your feelings.
Right.
I mean, you could be in them, but for me,
Staying in them is when it get down.
it is when it get dangerous for me. It get a little sticky.
Yeah.
It get a little slippery. So I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta skate. You know, so I never watered down. I've never been in a relationship to where I feel like I had to, all right, I'm gonna start letting stuff slide. Because once you give y'all men an inch, boy, y'all go a whole mile and y'all gonna take it there. And I'm not the one to play with.
Yeah.
I'm not the one or the two.
Yeah.
So we not gonna play them games.
So what makes
yeah.
you have like this selective gullibleness? Because you said it was all on the words, right, and not the action.
Yeah,
But
because
them two
man,
line
it
up,
was
though.
just like, no. Let me tell you. So
Some ain't making sense with this. Now, you gotta
let me
elaborate
tell
on
you,
this.
because with my kid's father, I don't like using the word baby daddy or baby mama. I feel like that's derogatory.
Right.
With my child's father, the first one,
Right.
I was gullible when it came to him because you telling me like, oh, you know, I stay off campus, I had my own apartment, I got, you know what I'm saying, this good paying job, this and that and the third. Because I know you probably gonna say something, but it was everything that, you know what I'm saying, the man would tell me. Like, you would tell me, you know what I'm saying, that you got a good paying job or that you in school, this and that and the third. I had no reason to question you.
Right.
Because you ain't show me, you know what I'm saying, nothing to question you about that.
Right.
So I became gullible in everything that a man would tell me.
Right.
But one thing I paid attention to, and I will always pay attention to, is a man and the way he moved. How his actions. Your actions gonna tell me everything I need to know about you.
So let me ask you this. So how long did it take for you to peep action, then be like, you know what, my gullibleness is not even worth this no more? I need to
Man.
bounce. Was it like a one thing? Or
It was
like
a one. I lost my virginity on a Saturday night. I was back in my dorm room on Sunday morning. Like, it was that type of peep. I peep stuff, and a thing about me is I will peep it, and I sit back and let you think you playing with me, but in reality, I know what it is.
Yeah.
I just ain't saying that, and I'm just gonna quickly make my escape.
Right.
You know, like disappear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go somebody real quick. That's the thing about, you know what I'm saying, me as a person.
Right.
Like, I mean, I understand, you know, it's certain things I need to work on. Like, you know, like I said, we was outside earlier. We were talking the slightest inconvenience, I'd be ready to dip.
Yeah.
But some people, you know, they deserve that chance to explain themselves. And I will let you
Yeah.
explain yourself. But if it ain't a good enough explanation, I'm still going to dip.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm still
no.
going to skate. So.
And I feel that because like I understand it as far as like if you're meeting somebody new,
Correct.
it's like I gotta hold you at face value with everything. So I can't tell if you're lying
Correct.
until I start getting more time with you.
Correct.
But
So-
see, this is my problem.
What?
I didn't ask for discernment a few years ago, and I swear it didn't came quick because
Right.
I be skeptical of people. Like after a while,
Correct.
like
Yeah.
yes.
But
like,
then if
are
you
you sure you
notice-
saying what you say? Like
yeah,
is this
like
true?
you work all the time.
I
Like,
start
every time
asking-
call
I
you,
start
you
asking-
answer, like,
I
And
start
what is-
asking certain questions.
But what is
yeah.
that called, though?
What?
Y'all realize that if you sit back and observe and you be observant, you'll notice people have patterns.
Yeah.
Everybody has patterns.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I just be sit back and I be looking like, dang, this man really think he playing with me on G. Like, but
Right.
in reality, you know what I'm saying? You're not where you say you are.
Right.
Oh
So,
yeah.
And
It's-
I know me. I'm not a good liar because once you tell one lie, you got to tell 1,000 to cover it up.
Mm.
And I'll forget what I said before. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
At least you're honest. Yeah.
Man, I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Right.
Like, so I just can't. I don't know. And I feel like for me, one of my biggest things that I need to work on when it comes to hopping into a relationship is I have these guards up. I ain't gonna lie to you. I come into the relationship with my guards up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what I'm getting
I'm
myself
glad
into.
you said that because I want to.
Well, you
talk
gotta have
about
a little
what's our
bit.
pattern. Like, what's your personal pattern?
Well, you have to have a little
Yeah.
guard. You can't
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be
yeah.
completely
I'm
open.
guarded.
Yeah.
Like
I'm guarded
you
all
know,
the way up.
Yeah.
oof.
Like, yeah, I'm very much so guarded.
I'll say for me, like a pattern that I still carry to this day. It's something I do not to like play minds with you, like a mind game with you, but just to really see how you function. Right. So I do this. I'll do this
job
thing.
interview.
I do this thing where like you probably catch me like on an off day or something where I have a lot of time on my hands, right? I'll call you, or you'll call me and I answer, and we're texting throughout the day, and we're like spending time with each other, right? So that goes on for the first like 1, 2, 3 days.
Okay.
Then all of a sudden I have a day where like, yeah, I want to take some space today. So I'm gonna holler at you when I holler at you.
Oh, she gonna
So
get
I
mad.
do that.
Oh, that's
to
a little
see-
test.
She gonna, yeah.
Just to really see how you're gonna.
So we over here playing mental games?
You
No,
test
no,
people.
no,
man, that's a mind game. That's a
That's
mind.
You got it
testing.
up. You got it up.
Yeah.
That closer comes from you like that. 'cause
That's
you
But
a
got
little bit
it
of
no,
up.
she gonna look
testing.
at it as a mental game too.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's a little bit of testing, but like I kind of get it because
I get
you
it.
said for your piece you don't want to be with somebody that's codependent. You don't want them to have that pattern.
Yeah,
So I get
yeah.
it. I get it.
Yeah.
That's
But
like
it's
with
also
women.
Like, I guess you could just say that.
No,
That's-
no. It's not, but it's not like an
Thank you.
abrupt. It's
Thank
not
you,
like
Queen.
an abrupt
Thank
thing.
you, Queen.
It's like,
Thank
hey,
you.
I ain't
Say
gonna
what
lie,
you
my
mean and
social
mean what you
battery-
say.
My social battery kind of low today, so
But
I'ma
say
be-
that if you.
No, that's why I do.
Okay,
That's why I
okay.
do that.
Communicate.
I'm like, I'm just gonna
Communication.
Oh, okay. I thought
no,
you
no,
just.
no.
I
okay.
thought you just meant you just.
No.
Okay, okay,
I
never
mean,
mind.
like,
know somebody.
hey,
Well, never
like,
mind.
my
That's not
social
really. That's not
battery-
really a testing because now you're just trying to see. Okay.
You just
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah.
But
Yeah, my social battery kind of low. I
But
just
in a
wanna
way
chill.
though, kind of it is
Don't
because
do
you
that.
trying to see what her head is. Like, is
I
she
mean,
gonna
yeah,
get?
yeah.
Is she gonna get mad? Is she gonna jump in
but
her
it's also
emotions?
real, though, yeah.
Is she
Oh,
gonna jump in her
yeah,
emotions,
yeah,
or is
that's
she
true,
gonna
yes.
is she gonna let it ride?
Yes,
Is she gonna
because
understand?
I'm still like not still, but I was traumatized from North Carolina.
Yeah.
As far as like that time thing, and it's so funny. The irony in that is we had a long distance relationship,
Ooh,
Right.
like where we saw each other like once a month.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's so funny. Like
How much space you need?
exactly, exactly. Like we see
How
each
much
other
space you
every
need,
30
bro?
Exactly.
days. Like every
How much
30
space
days.
you
Like, I
need?
understand we in different states and stuff
Y'all
like that,
seeing
but
each
she
other
was
every
like,
time the rent due. Like,
I'm not finna
how
play
much
with
space
you.
you need? Bruh,
That was
come on,
funny. That was
man.
funny. That was funny. And she was the type to be like, you know, like when we're together,
Mhm.
she's comfortable, confident, this, that, and the other. When we're apart, she's more
Yeah.
like,
Anxious.
anxious. And like, then you got all them girls in Georgia, all them girls on online,
What makes
social
me?
media.
What makes me so special?
That was me.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
me. Like
Yeah.
me being very skeptical about what you're
Yeah.
saying. Like, am I special? Like after
Yeah.
a while, it's just like,
Yeah.
It's like I hear you. It's like I hear you.
Speak otherwise.
But yeah, like
Yeah.
I hear the words you're saying. But yeah, for me, actions really became more of a big thing. It's
Right.
just like, are you matching what you're saying?
right.
So that's where, my boundaries came in and what I deserve. It's like you're not gonna be
Right.
telling me something and then you're moving differently.
Right.
So I think that's where I switched up my relationship
that.
patterns.
I'm gonna drop the mic on this one. My relationship pattern, I'm guarded
Yeah.
because of my upbringing.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? I grew up in
That's
the
fair.
hood. You know what I'm saying? Grew up always got, you know what I'm saying, got to watch my back. So
Right.
it's just that's why I'm so guarded. Like I
Right.
will not let my guard down. I will not be fooled. You will not wolf in sheep's clothing me.
Yeah.
No, we're not gonna do that. So
Well, amen to that.
No, I
so,
feel that. I
due
feel
to
that.
a time crunch,
Gotcha.
we got to do a final thoughts.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it will definitely be a part 2. And on this one, we will have, on part 2, we will have a woman that was married before, older than us. So definitely getting a older perspective on things, marriage, and even, like, is marriage even worth seeking nowadays?
You know?
Lord.
But we're going to get into that part 2. Don't nobody answer.
Dun, 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 dun.
Right.
All right, so Megan G, start us off with final thoughts now.
Love yourself.
Amen.
Love yourself before you try to love somebody else.
I love it.
For me, if you haven't already, I highly encourage for you to figure out your love languages. There's 5. I also highly recommend people, if you don't know your attachment styles, please look it up. There's 4 types. So, yes, if you take anything from this episode today, please research and find out more of yourself so you can progress in your relationships.
Amen to that. Actually, my final thought is really to piggyback what she said. Really have more self-awareness of yourself. Really get to know yourself to even understand if you have a healthy relationship patterns or not.
Amen.
Do you have a healthy or a unhealthy way of connecting with people?
Mm-hmm.
Peep that out, figure it out, and more importantly, get your mind right. Part of my sanity. We out.